Good morning. It is March 3rd, I think. Oh, nice brisk morning out. It's about 55, 60 degrees. It's going to be 75, almost 80 by this afternoon. Welcome to Arkansas. Anyway, what we're going to do is change the spark plugs and the spark plug wires on this 98 Buick LeSabre, right? Yeah, LeSabre. It's not running rough or anything like that. We're just doing a tune-up on it. Spark plugs, wires, oil change, air filter. And also here, sometime this week, I will be getting in here and changing the valve cover gaskets and the intake gasket because they are leaking down over the bottom of the engine. This is a 98 LeSabre with only 78,000 miles on it. So it sat more than it drove. And when they bought it, they've been driving it on a daily basis, and I think all the gaskets were just dried out from not being used, you know. So we will be doing that, but today it's just going to be a spark plug, some wires, and we'll go ahead and do the air filter while we're here anyway. So what do we got here? I didn't buy these. They bought it for the vehicle for me to change out. I'm just doing the work. It's Ford Motorcraft spark plugs, but they should be just fine in this car, no big deal. And the wires, United Automotive Engine Parts. I'm sure these came from Amazon. Pretty sure they came from Amazon. So anyway, let's get started. The first thing I'm going to do real quick, I'm just going to go through and gap all the plugs. The internet says 0.60, or excuse me, 0.060 is the gap on these. So I'm going to get them all adjusted real quick, take care of that, and then we're going to start getting that cover off there and go from there. Okay, in order to get this cover off, you take your oil fill cap off, and then you got to take this and twist it, and that cap should come off there too. And then lift it up, and there's a tab right there that just slides out from underneath like that. And then your cover's off and you can get to the rest of the engine. Let's see if I can show you how to do this. This is a clip that holds the spark plug wires. You just gotta pop that open on one side. Okay, so I popped that little tab out, and this should come up. There we go. And then that comes off. That looks like it was stuck in a clip, but that clip isn't holding it anymore. So that'll just sit there. Don't lose this. You'll want to put your wires back together with that. And there's also another one right here. Snap, and that one comes off. Okay, now, oh, there's another one. There's actually another one right there. Of course there is. You're probably not going to be able to see anything from there. It's another one of those clips. It's actually pretty hard to get to. Yeah, I'm struggling. Okay, so this clip is on a mounting bracket. I'm gonna push these tabs in and pull the whole thing out that way. If y'all can see that, there's two tabs. You have to push one in and pull that side out, then you push the other one in, and you should be able to pull it off the this mounting bracket here. That make it a little easier to get to release it. There we go. And come off. There we go. I got that clip off there. Don't forget to save all these. You'll want to put them back where you found them. And also these wires have these protectors, the wire protective sleeve on it. You'll want to get those off and put them on your new ones also. So we're gonna reach back here and pull it off one spark plug. Just gonna reach back here. Here's the number, according to this is the number 2. Let's see if we can get that wire to come off there. Oh, it's gonna be very tight, of course. Trying to find a good place to put you guys so you can see. I don't know, is that a good spot? Probably not. This can be the hardest part sometimes, because if you're not replacing the wires, you don't want to tear it up. Can't get leverage on it. Oh, there we go. All right, well, it's got a metal sleeve on it. What this is, it's just a heat shield. It should just slide off the end of the spark plug boot. And that was good. They did put grease inside there. Whoever did these did it right. Actually, these are original wires. Pretty sure, because they're labeled. They even have the spark plug number on it. So anyway, you'll save this because you're going to put it on the new one when you put it in there. And it's going to come off right here. Like I say, I don't think there's anything necessarily wrong with these. They're not damaged or anything, but we have new ones, so we're going to replace them. All right, let me get a spark plug socket. Okay, this is my spark plug socket. It's a 5/8 with a built-in swivel. If you're gonna buy a spark plug socket, you might as well go ahead and buy one with a swivel in it because it comes in very handy. And also, this doesn't have the rubber boot in it. It's a magnet. I have bought a dozen, maybe more of them, the spark plug socket with the rubber boot, and they always deteriorate and eventually quit grabbing the spark plugs. So I just bought one with a magnet, and I've had this one for several years now, and it's done many spark plugs. So if you buy one with a magnet in it. You won't regret it. All right, we can only hope that they used spark plug, or anti-seize. Let's hope. So where's it at? Oh, I need an extension too. So I got the spark plug socket and a 3-inch extension. Oh, that wasn't too bad. That actually came loose pretty good. About right. And there we go. Okay, as you see, it's, yeah, those might be the original AC Delcos. They're rusted, corroded, no anti-seize on it. Feeling pretty lucky those came out as easy as it did. So anyway, we're gonna get the next one ready and put it in there. Okay, these new spark plugs, you have to be very careful when you're gapping these. You don't want to damage that little point in there very much. Now, I checked all of them. They're all set at about 0.055, and it said 0.060 on the recommendation. Now that 0.05 difference, I don't think will matter, but maybe we should just barely. God, I'm cautious about bending these because you don't want to damage that tip. It's very difficult to do it carefully and not damage it. So we're at 5/8 there. And 6/0. Oh, you can't see, that's too shiny, huh? So just gently, very, very gently, take the gauge and you pry up on it like that. Very gently. You don't want to damage it. These things aren't cheap these days. You're looking at $8-10 a spark plug. So, but there's 060 right on the dot. Now, we're going to get some anti-seize on it, put it in. Okay, don't use silver anti-seize, aluminum anti-seize. You want to use copper anti-seize because it's a high temp. And of course, this gets very hot right there at the engine. So, just a little bit on there. It don't take much to keep these from freezing up on you. Now, I can't see anything. I'm doing this all by feel. Take your time, make sure you get it started right. There's no sense in cross-threading these because then you're in for a whole nother world of hurt. Now, tighten it up. So, it is easy to over tighten these. You just want to get them snug. It doesn't have to be super, super tight. Now, we gotta get the right spark plug wire and put it back on. All right, the new kit should have came with several different lengths of wires. And all you gotta do is take the one that you pulled off there, lay it on here, and find the one that's actually, wow, these are all longer. Huh. Well, shouldn't be an issue reaching the spark plug, huh? Yeah, I took this wire protector off the old one. All you gotta do is open the slot on it and get it back onto the new wire. The spark plug wires came with this little bag of grease. What you do is you put a little on the spark plug side, not on the coil side. You don't need any grease on this one. You need to put grease on the spark plug. What you do is you put a little in there, you take a little screwdriver or a toothpick or something and spread it around on the inside to all the edges. And then when you slide it on there, it makes it a lot easier in the future to remove the spark plug wire. I'll show you what I'm going to do here with this grease. Just put a little bit, don't overdo it. Just a little dab like that. Then I take a small screwdriver and I spread it around to all around the whole thing. That way, you also want to get, that way it's on all the edges, and also you want to have a little bit extra. And you want to take that down all the way to the metal connection where the spark plug actually goes and connects over, it snaps onto the end of the spark plug. And you want to get some grease down on that too. Okay, now I'm going to go down in here, find your spark plug. Oh, I did forget something. I forgot. Need to put your heat shield back on it. It just goes down and it stops at the bottom, about that much sticking out. Don't forget this. They have it there because I think your exhaust manifold comes out right by these. It protects it from the heat. Yeah. There we go. And you should feel it snap on there. Shouldn't be very difficult to do either. Then you take the other end, get your protective sleeve, slid back down there. And this wire went underneath and onto the coil. And again, you'll hear a snap. So, that wire is way too long. It is what it is. So we might have to use some zip ties or something to hold these wires together and not keep them from vibrating against anything so it doesn't create a rub point. But that's okay. That's what happens with aftermarket wires. They're not always exactly the same length as the original. So, all right, let's move on to the next one. All right, this is number 4. I bet I could lift this car up and get those from underneath. But not everybody can do that. So I want to show that it's possible. Ow. Oh, where'd it go? There it is. All right. Yeah, number 4. So it goes 2, 4, 6, 1, 3, 5. You can see all the oil that's on there. Yeah, we're gonna have to change those valve cover gaskets. That's what's nice about having that magnet socket. Pulls right out of there, no problem. As you can see, this one is also pretty rusted and corroded. The spark plug itself right here doesn't look terrible, but the condition of the whole spark plug itself is pretty bad. So yeah, it didn't hurt to change them. All right, let's see if we can get this back in there. Oh. Well, that took a second. Man. All right. Whew. Oh. Man, that's fun. Can't you tell how much fun I'm having now? Don't forget your heat shield. Here and go on there. Yeah, those wires are definitely longer. Just do the best you can to keep them out of the way, and when you put your cover on there, make sure nothing's being pinched or smashed. Oh man, okay, that was 2. 4 more to go. Where's this other one at here? All right, let me get the next one ready to go. You know what? I'm gonna lift the car up in there. We're gonna see if it's easier to get to these from underneath. All right, we're underneath it and you can see all the oil. That's good, clean oil dripping down right there. That's how much those valve covers are leaking. But it does look like I can actually get to the spark plugs fairly easy from down here. Let's see, it's tightening, it's loosening. I can see the tip of the last one's right underneath my finger, right there. Okay, I can't do this and hold the camera. Hang on a second. There we go. Now you can't see it, but I'm unscrewing that spark plug here. And there's the other 2 spark plugs right there. So I suppose if you had a way to get underneath the car, if you had a way to lift the car in the air, It might be the easiest way to get to these is from underneath it like this. There we go. They don't look the healthiest in the world. Don't look the worst I've ever seen either. Same situation, it's a little rusty. Corrosion. So, yeah. Don't regret changing it. Look at that rust on those threads. They don't use anti-seize from the factory. So usually if it's from the factory, it's kind of a pain in the butt to get them out. These broke loose pretty good though. So, all right, let's get the new one back in. All right, we got the new spark plug all ready to go. It's gapped to 60 and we'll get it in there. Okay, I got it cinched down, nice and snug. We're gonna lower it back down to put the wire back on. All right, there we go. And it goes right here. All right, well, there's half of it done. The hardest half, if you ask me, because the front three are right here, they do not have heat protectors on them. So it's just the back ones that had those. So anyway, okay, that's the way we want to do it. What is this? Looks like this is a cover. How is that held on there? This spark plug wire runs through this plastic channel over to here. That's number 5. I feel like I'm breaking it. That was supposed to slide up. And then the wire is clipped into that. What it is these plastic tabs on the side of the valve cover is what they slide over. All right, so it looks like the number 5 has a little wire protector on it. Looks like about 4 inches long. I mean, I did damage that valve cover clips where that wire protector plastic piece goes on here, but it should be fine. I'll get it back on there and we'll just go with it. How's that sound? Let's see how easy that comes out. Go on. There it goes. This is what I'm saying about the swivel socket. It makes it a lot easier when you're in weird positions like this. All right. Oh, look, it's coming apart. And there you see. That one looks like it had something on it. Maybe that had a little anti-seize, or maybe I just rubbed it against the side of the engine there and got oil on it. Anyway, like corrosion, rust. Just maintenance. It's good for it. Little tip when you're putting this anti-seize on there, put the spark plug into your spark plug socket and use it to hold your spark plug while you put your anti-seize. That way you don't get it all over your hands and make a big mess. And also keep the anti-seize towards the tip where the spark is. That way when you screw it in there, it helps spread it out throughout the whole threads, and it also gets the threads closest to the piston. Just a little tip. Now you shouldn't have to turn it very much once you've got it snugged down. It really shouldn't take much to cinch it down tight, so be careful with that. Don't forget your grease. Make sure you're putting grease on all the spark plug connections. Make sure you're getting it down there onto the metal part too. It'll help keep it from corroding and make it easier to get off next time you got to work on it. That's number 5, so we're going to leave that off for now because we've got to put it back in that plastic clip. I still got to clean it. Let's go ahead and do number 3. All right. Oh, I love these magnet sockets. Same thing, corrosion, rust. The spark plug itself isn't horrible, but it just, the overall condition. See, I'm just using one hand to tighten it because you don't want it too tight. I don't know why they put heat protectors on the back ones and not the front ones. Just curiosity, I wonder why. Ow. Ow. Busted knuckles is part of the job. That wasn't too bad. Let's see. Another thing, the actual spark plug part don't look that bad, but it's all corroded and rusting. Once you get it tightened down, like I said, it don't take much, just a little. Just a little tightening, and that's in there good enough. Oh, I forgot to put the wire protector on that. Okay. All this had was a little, like 3 or 4 inch piece of wire protector on it. Might as well put it back on. They had it on there for a reason, so. Oh, a little snap. That actually went on pretty easy. And then there. Snap. And let's see, number 5 was the one that went through this channel. So that just snaps back down in there like that. Once you get in there, you can still slide this back and forth. So slide that back over those tabs. Like I said, I did damage a couple of them, but there we go. It'll be all right. And there we go. All right, let's see if I can show you there. That comes curled around right there. I think that's why the wire protector's there, to keep it from the, this is where you hook on when you pull the engine out. I forget what you call it. And then you got your middle wire. See, these wires are a little long. It's not the big deal. You just rearrange them, zip tie them out of the way, and you'll be all right. This had a wire protector on it there. And yeah, so just so you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The coil's labeled, so if you forget where you are, at least they have numbers on them to each, which spark plug each side of the coil goes to. So anyway, there you go. That's how you change the spark plugs and wires on a '98 Buick LeSabre.